Hi guys, just finished watching, I'm so glad I picked this up on Blu-ray. I've got it on DVD, the new Captain Scarlet. Absolutely superb, 3-disc set with a load of special features. Just watching this, to watch this in Blu-ray quality has been incredibly good. I really enjoyed it. I've got it on DVD in 2 box sets when it was released years ago, but I picked this up last week. I've only just got round to watching the entire episodes, so that's it. First, my review, 5 out of 5 for Captain Scarlet. I actually think it's far superior to the 60s one, and now I've got that on DVD remastered. I'm thinking about getting it on Blu-ray, the original 60s. I don't know, I love the 60s one. I thought it was, apart from UFO, Captain Scarlet and UFO are my favourite Gerry Anderson TV series, them Space 1999. Thunderbirds, floating in and out, I've liked it as a kid, just like the ships. I like the new Thunderbirds, but I don't know, Captain Scarlet were just everything for me. I love like secret organisations like SHIELD and Spectrum and Shadow. I love that where they're fighting the good fight, you know. And I love Spectrum, I love the vehicles, the uniforms, all of it. I just love the angels, everything. Now I watched this, and you know, some of the episodes on this, I'm surprised they got passed for kids. You know that kids could watch them. I mean, there's some real dark stuff. I mean, some episodes remind me of The Invaders. You know, there's one where the town gets taken over in Russia, Siberia, and all their eyes are a green old town, and it's like the Invaders. And you know, the technology and everything. Now the Mysterons are sort of interesting because they've got no bodies. They're like these energy beings that exist, and they end up, when they're on Mars, they end up bloated. It's the same story. They find the city on Mars, the investigating transmissions, Spectrum, and this city affairs, and they send the Mysterons send a scan out to scan them, but Captain Black gets paranoid and blows the shit out of them. And then it starts, the war of attrition, the war of fear begins. And Captain Scarlet gets done by Captain Blue, and he becomes indestructible. And he comes like a human Mysteron hybrid. And it sort of gets really interesting from there. There's one episode where it's set in Scotland with this granny, and she's a Mysteron. She's pretty freaky, you know. You think she's harmless, she's not, she's like evil, you know. So, I mean, the plot's in this about nuclear Armageddon, the conspiracies, and it goes into political situation of the world, about how the world, like, unified and all that. I mean, it's quite a dark programme, and Spectrum's job is to keep the peace in the world and keep it unified and defend it. And it just goes through the whole thing now. And all the characters have got personalities, and that's what makes this so damn good. Because like Captain Scarlet and Destiny Angel are getting it off almost. There's a distraction for them because she's saying Captain Black but he's a Mysteron. But some interesting stuff for Captain Black, because every now and again he the Mysterons like not lose control, but his personality pops up, and so you get to know more about Captain Black. Conrad Lefcon, a bit of a weird name, but I love the scene, even in 60s one, where he's in a graveyard. You get it in that, dressed in black, he just looks cool. Who don't like Captain Black? And you know, his knowledge of Spectrum and his Mysterons and all that. But like the whole Mysteron thing is really interesting, because different episodes going into different things, but it runs the same theme through. I mean, it's one episode where there's a Mysteron renegade. She wants peace between the peoples because she don't think it's going to go anywhere. Because, I mean, the Mysterons do win the odd one, you know, but Spectrum are defeating them. But it's this game of cat and mouse constantly. And it does have it edgy. See, now, Gerry Anderson was really passionate about when he created this. It was like a dream for him to, you know, to see stuff being redone. Now, they spent millions on this. They spent a load of money. The budget was enormous. And ITV obviously had first dibs on it. So, because there was the toy line, because some of the toys did get released. I had a Rhino and some other stuff. I don't know if I've still got them, because I did box up stuff for years, and I'm going to have a look one of these days. But they released the toy line. So there were big plans for it. Now what happened, ITV fucked it up. They just sunk it before it even started. Because Jerry Anderson mentioned it. What happened was, when it got its premiere, it came on Saturday mornings, and I was quite excited about it. I thought Captain Scarlet, but I'd seen the trailers in early 2000s, and you know, so anyway they showed it on, I think it was on one of these Saturday morning shows, you know, where the hosted studio, like Swap Shop and all that, were on an ITV one, and they showed it. I remember it running about, you didn't know what time it were on, so you had to sit through 3 hours this infuriating programme with other stuff on to get to watch it. So like, I got to watch it, and it never said what time it were on, so it came on about 11 o'clock. Now this went down for the show 10 minutes of it, and then you won't get the other 10 minutes for about an hour. So, and you didn't know when in the hour it was going to be on, because I remember once went off the shot, thought I'll come back, what second now, and I missed it, and I were absolutely good. And they did this every week through the entire series, and people were just not bothering because they were killing it. And Jerry Anderson said he always believed ITV did this on purpose. Now I think they were planning to make a lot of money with this, because this should have gone beyond season 1. I don't care. This has been marvellous. Just to watching this again, it's not just for kids, it's for adults as well. I mean, the animation, all of it. I mean, when they filmed this, they had actors in suits. That's why the movements are so human in this, you know, and it was just starting out with the CGI and the VR and all, and it's really good, and it's colourful. Now when you watch it on Blu-ray, I've got a 4K tel, so it's upgraded. It's really good. It's very colourful, and it hasn't dated. You know, all of it has not dated. Captain Blue, Captain Magenta, they've all got stories, and they've all got personalities. I like Colonel White, and when he comes to killing his own people, he will give that order, because he does. He does it all the time. He will sacrifice it to do what's right, and that's what I liked about this new series, Captain Scarlet. Same with the old series, it was very dark, because there were a lot of complaints about, for a puppet show, it was too violent. Now as you're going through all 20 odd episodes of it, you finally get to the final one, and there is some sort of resolution, I'll give them that, where Captain Scarlet goes back to Mars with Captain Black, because the Mistron, there's been some accident, it's sort of lost the control of him, but they haven't, to get Captain Scarlet onto Mars, and they destroy the Mistron, so well, Captain Scarlet, because Captain Black turns back into a Mistron again. But and he all that gets destroyed. Scarlet gets out in the Bison and on the ship and back to Earth. But just at the end, as Captain Black stood there with green lights, you know, the two green iconic lights of the Mistrons, and that's how it finishes. Now, and it was an enjoyable ride, and when you get to the final part of it all, even though it sort of does conclude in a certain way, you feel that you want more. Now, I feel Jerry Anderson were betrayed by ITV with this. Now, ITV did release it on kids programming. It came on at 4:20 a couple of months later. They did show it, but I were at work, so I didn't get to see it. But that's what they did, you know. And it's a shame. So when it came out on DVD, I bought it. So I bought both together, released one half of the series, and I didn't watch it until 2 months later, released the second. And then I sat down and watched the whole lot together. I really enjoyed it, you know. So it's just been a complete total lot of way. They're wasting something that would have been at least 5 seasons of high quality drama for a CGI series, and it's really bloody annoying. ITV messed it up. Now if you go into the history of Captain Scarlet, there is the original series never got resolved. Skybase got attacked by a load of Mistron UFOs, and it ended up where it was Destiny, Angel Dreaming or whatever, and that's how it finished. Fair enough, you know. It were, I mean, even in that, the Mistrons won several times. A lot of people died. I mean, it was quite, for what it was in the 60s, it was incredibly dark, you know what I mean? And the music were incredible. Now, the music's not the same as the 60s. I did think that they shoved the 60s music a bit hyped up into this. They've got a bit of it, but they've redesigned the music, which is fair enough, I suppose. But I do love, I've got the album of the original series on CD, which the music is really cool. Especially the Mistron stuff, you know, the Mistron music and that. But apparently in how it finished, if you read Century 21 comics, apparently, I used to read them years ago, how they destroyed the Mystron. You see, the Mystrons came from another galaxy and left outposts all over the place. They left a base on Mars. Well, I think the Mystrons like computers, or some living semi thing is programmed to watch everything, and they ended up in the comics to shut it down. When they started figuring it out, they went to Mars and they shut it down. The cosmic ray machine. They actually shut the Mystron complex down. So I think they found out what it was, that they were fighting some kind of machine. You know, this is the voice of the Mystron and all that. And they shut it down. So that's how it meant to have been resolved in the 60s now. I could be wrong. But from what I did do some reading up on this, a lot of people said the same thing. But I don't remember this in Century 21 comics. So I don't know. But that is what it said on Wikipedia and other sites, even the fan club sites. So, but this got resolved in a totally different way, which, you know, fair enough. I hope they do take a look at this and bring it back. Now, honestly, that's my rant about another gem that should have been a 5-year run of something absolutely amazing, where you think you'd be proud to have this in your Blu-ray collection in a box set saying Spectrum across it. It's what you want. And the vehicles, like everything, were just awesome. Loved it. Even revamping of them. Now, on the special features, you've got episode-specific audio commentaries, which I do recommend you listen to, with Jerry Anderson, David Lane and Wayne Forrester. Captain Scarlet and Return of the Mysterons, that is very good. Andercon Convention 2014 panel, enjoyed that. I've actually been to an Anderson convention years ago. Image galleries, including concept art, CGI renders and more. I mean, there is so much on this. What I paid, I didn't pay a lot for this. I put this up in Computer Exchange. I love that shop. I really do, because every time you go in there now and again, you get these little gems where you can't buy them in HMV. They'll come across like Space 1999 on Blu-ray or something you won't pick up in HMV. You know, or you'd have to go online to buy it. And I picked a few things up, and this is one of these things from network television. But guys, for the extras, everything's definitely worth 20 quid. There's a lot of hours of viewing in here. It took me a couple of days to get through it, but loved it. And this will be staying in my collection. Right, guys, that's my review of the new Captain Scarlet. Give this show a go. There is a free episode. If you've not seen it, there's a couple of episodes on YouTube. I think they've loaded them up there, so that's to get you to buy it. But obviously, you know, there'll be a place where you can watch it. I don't want to say anything on that one. But yeah, please subscribe to my channels, guys. You know, and tell me what your thoughts are. Definitely give this video a like. And now I've got to do it. I've got to do it. This is the voice of the Mysterons. Can't do it. Terrible. Terrible. Oh God, what's that green light over there? I'm joking. Do you know what I mean? Honestly. Am I going to become a Mysteron? My eyes start glowing green. Alright guys, have a great weekend.